This is the Golgari Commander deck from the selection of 270 cards for Golgari that I have for my Ravnica Guild cube. And I'm just getting started with playing around with the cards. And I'm going to get started with semi-casual, I don't know, mid-strong Commander decks. And so it's got a mass in it because I'm using representative cards from recent sets. Okay, so I'm just going to go through. Let's see, I think I've got exactly 30 creatures, so it's a half and half. No, I'm sorry, I have 40 creatures. I did go with a lot of creatures because I need to salt the graveyard. Yeah, 40 creatures, 20 non-creatures. I need to salt the graveyard with lots of creatures and then play tricks on it, on the graveyard. Okay, I'm not going to read most of the cards. Just going to go through the cards in the deck. Hopefully I will not have a dupe, which I did in the Azorius deck, which is the first one in this playlist. And again, it's house rules, so I don't really care about anything that is banned anywhere. Don't care. I'm gonna use it. Okay, like Deathrite Shaman. Then OP. I've been told that that mana dorks are not that great in Commander. I want to find out for myself, so I put 2 in here. From M20, it's got Death Touch and Lifelink. Nice 1-drop. Scavenging Ooze needs no introduction. I do have a few elves, but I don't have enough to play with the I mean, I do have it in the selection. Let me see if I can dig it up quickly. But I took it out. I did not put it in the deck, even though it would be really, really nice. Let me see. I'm looking through right now. Because I think there will be a constructed deck that I can make that makes better use of that card, which I'm looking for right now. Here it is. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, folks. So this card is not in this Commander deck, but it is in the 270 card selection. And it'll be used when I make an elf deck constructed. It's probably going to be the next thing that I do is make the constructed versions of the decks. One of them. I want the selection to be... The selection is large enough to accommodate multiple types of constructed decks. And maybe just this one Commander deck. Temporary Exile, not bad. Cannot block, but it gets big if left unattended. Can be used as a mana dork. I'm not sure that I'm going to get Delirium because I've got too many creatures. Death Touch, always nice. Even better with Lifelink. Undying is fantastic in green-black because you can sack it for some effect and it actually comes back bigger. Every now and then you'll want some counters in this deck. Not sure yet. I need to just pilot it and feel how it works. Digging in your library to feed the graveyard. Grim Flayer. If you're left not you don't have any cards in hand, this card can draw you extra cards. One of my favorite. It's one of the many Bob wannabes, Dark Confident variants that are nowhere near as powerful as the original. Can cost discard when kicked. It's good. Can cost discard when it dies. I want to play a little bit with a mass. I tested it on MTGO and I liked it. So you can use the graveyard to generate tokens. You can use your graveyard to for everything's got scavenge. So all of a sudden you can exile a creature, pay the mana cost, and then put the counters on something that's still alive. That's good. A great way to gather up your opponent's critters and kill them all. And then, because you're constantly throwing cards in your graveyard, some lands will land there, and this lets you play with them. Another Bob Wannabe, another Dark Confidant variant, and the Raid being the variant. Another Death Touch critter. And you can look at your graveyard and play with the mana cost and boost it. That's nice. A mass. Just want to try a mass. Not sure that the gains from sacrificing for this card are worth it, but I'm going to try it. Sacking to cost your opponents to lose life. That's very nice. You can change what it does, so it can gain Death Touch and Hexproof. Very good card from Theros block. When it enters the battlefield, you return a permanent card. It could be anything to your hand. That's really good. You get to throw things into your graveyard, and you may, so maybe you want to, maybe you don't. Death Touch, Reach, what's not to like? Dredge, that's pretty cool. And then playing with -1/-1 tokens. Didn't really have a lot of really strong creatures at the high end. I do have a Primeval Titan, but I'm going to put it in some other guild. I think I'm going to give it to red-green. It's a very casual card for this deck. Playing tricks with, like, instead of drawing, you dig your library and then get something and then put something in your graveyard. Enters the battlefield, you create a token, sack a creature, gain life and draw a card. That's pretty nice. Draw a card, and this deck is not on tokens, so you're going to draw a lot of cards from this guy if it lives. Doesn't hurt to have a flyer, high end, and one of my favorite creatures of all time. I bought a playset when it came off standard, and so I'll put them all over the place. But I'm going to keep this build made, and if it has a reasonable power level, and all 10 once they're made, I'm going to tune them so that they have a reasonably equal power level, and then I'm going to keep them the way they are, just for fun, and I'll see where that goes. So drawing with Scry, lose a little life, many options for a gigantic cost, but it's still cool. Just participation deck. I just want to play it because I want the deck to represent Ravnica 2 and Ravnica 3. More card draw. Necessary to get rid of flyers, get rid of artifacts or enchantments. Target non-land permanent, converted mana cost 3 or less. Fantastic card, of course. Another Naturalize. The Charm for the guild. Getting to play with a mass. Just a fun artifact. Getting to dig for your graveyard. And also just not a great card, but a representative card from this era. A Curse, not from Innistrad, incredibly enough. A very interesting card because I have a lot of non-token creatures. We're in Commander, so every card has a different name. If nobody takes this out, I can draw a lot of cards from it. Vraska from Guilds. Vraska from Return to Ravnica, which I pulled on a road trip to Pennsylvania when this set came out. That's how long ago.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Farm.
We went to that farm.
Yeah, and those 2 kindergarten girls who bossed me around.
Yeah, they did, but
I was like 4.
You were really little. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I was 4.
Yeah, Vraska from War.
It was years ago.
This dude from War. Fantastic artifact from 2020. I'm loving 2020. And then the Signet. And we're done.